week. This is where I bring on sexy brands that are leaving an impact on the world. They're taking their life's passion, their zone of genius, and they're helping others create magic and spreading goodness around the world. And today's guest is incredible. I have Ethan Auguste, who is all the way from Trinidad and Tobago. He's the founder of Thrive. It is a global networking group that not only helps creatives, artists, but bring their magic and their zone of genius to the world. Ethan, welcome to my show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
Love it like that. And by the way, it's Tobago, not Tobago.
Oh, sorry, it is Tobago. That's my American in me. It's Tobago.
Okay.
Tell me about that. Like, what is it like to be from Trinidad?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I think most of us are just proud Trinis because such a small country,
Yeah.
but we have a large impact around the world, from culture to music. You know, the steel pan carnival. Like we have a lot, and we're just like 1,400,000 people.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So you're from Trinidad.
From Trinidad,
And
born and raised.
Born and raised. So now, where are you? Well, you're currently living in Bali.
Currently
We're going
in
to talk
Bali.
about that.
So I left Trinidad when I was 24 to move to Dubai and lived there for about 8 years. Then moved to LA for like 6 months. Then went back to Dubai. Then recently was in Geneva for 3 years.
Wow.
Then came to Bali last year, May.
So tell me, let's talk about Thrive, okay? Because obviously, you know, I met you through an event. You invited my daughter Hanalei to speak. It was really incredible. I mean, she's a fashion designer, and I noticed that you were doing some great things. You're bringing people from all over this island, and you had just gotten here, and that's tends to be unusual for people that come new to places to all of a sudden bring a global community together. So talk about what Thrive really is and actually how it started. It started in Dubai, right?
It started in Dubai. Basically, Thrive is a creative platform. And when I was in Dubai, I felt that the creatives needed to come together for one night and hopefully build connections and collaborations. So I started a weekly after-work gathering with music and food, targeting the creative industry, and realized that there is a need for this. People were making connections. They were happy that they met, the photographer met the models, and the fashion designers saw models, and the singers met producers, etc. And then it turned into a one-night event, which I coined Thrive In, which actually started with Thrive Industry Night. So the IN is Industry Night.
Ah, right.
So just join it together, Thrive In, which has a few other meanings, like the Thrive Industry Network.
So you're a true connector. I mean, you take people. See, this is what I understand now about creatives, artists. They're so talented, but they don't. Some of them just don't either have the time or the wherewithal or the confidence to go out to meet other people. So you get all these, which because I run a branding agency, I have all these people that I call the best kept secrets, right? And they don't know how to become the world's best known expert unless they have someone that can either connect them to the right people.
What I've noticed is especially for singers, for some people, they actually give up soon because they don't think that there's enough platforms or they don't think that they could become the next Beyonce.
Right.
So because they're thinking like that, they automatically just stay with their 8 to 5 job. That is the motivation behind Thrive, because for me, I wish I could be on a stage, but I'm not talented that way. Also, stay shy and all that. But for me, I think being behind them, trying to show them, or at least have the platform to showcase them, is the least that I could try and do for them, because they're talented. They need to not be in a bank or being an accountant.
Yeah,
because
wow.
they're actually more talented than Beyonce.
Absolutely. That's where allowing others to really dive back into their zone of genius. And we see this all the time, right? Like, look at society. We grow up as kids and we do all the things that we love. Like, I was an athlete, and then all of a sudden we're like, I have to get a job. So then instead of taking that, what you loved, what you're passionate about, what you could do for like 20 hours a day.
And making it the career.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you stop doing it and you go into a career and a job. So I love what you're doing. And how did this, so it became an idea because you said wanted to start bringing people together.
I mean, it really, really, really started when I was 19. My neighbors had like a school band, rock band, and I would visit. And one day I told them, I was like, y'all are really good. They were doing Guns N' Roses covers, and I was like, y'all should perform somewhere. And they were like, where? I mean, we're in Trinidad. Rock music was obviously not, and still is not, like one of those main genres. So I created a rock show for
Wow.
them to perform, called Rock Alive. And I realized at that show, with the other bands that I got, there was a need for it because now they have a reason to practice. Now they have a reason to bring their friends to hear them play. And it was not for the money because we didn't make any, but I realized that I had to continue it and became their manager and stuff. And when I started all of that, I realized that, you know, people do need at least someone to guide them because not everyone knows everything. And as a creative, in most cases, you should just be able to do what you're good at, which is to create, and let other people, you know, guide and help you and showcase you and stuff like that. So that's kind of where the passion started. And then over the years, it developed into Thrive. And we showcased about 150 artists around the world.
So where has Thrive been now? So we're in Bali, so you just launched Thrive in Bali, which
Right.
we're really excited to talk about that.
So started in Dubai. We did a Thrive in LA, Thrive in Trinidad, like almost annually, Thrive in Geneva, and then well now in Bali, and soon Australia and other parts of Asia.
Wow, it's so powerful. And it's not just events, right? You were sharing with me that you are also have an amazing connection to Sony, and you've got some guys
Yeah.
that have been signed by that. Like, that's a really powerful connection that most people cannot have. Let's talk about that because that really showcases somebody's part of Thrive anywhere in the world. There's also all different connections that you can help them find as well. So
Yeah,
talk
so
about Sony.
basically, over the years, I've realized the importance of networking.
Yeah.
So I made sure through connections with, you know, J-Lo's bands and dancers and my publicist partner, Jane Owen, and people like Sony, we are now able to actually, once the product is ready, help people get into film festivals,
Wow.
get distribution deals for music and film, basically, you know, take things to a different level. So as an agency also, like, it's not just performing on a stage, but now if you're good, you know, we could have a known producer work with you. We could have, you know, your stuff in Netflix or anything. Investors to, you know, invest in your featured film. And that's what I think I am fortunate enough to have the right people, and obviously we're still building on the network, but happy that we're able to offer these opportunities.
Wow, I absolutely love it. I know those that not only follow us live, our family been traveling, but also listening to our podcast. You know, they are always looking for connections. I mean, that's what the world wants, anyways, right? We need connections. And then when someone's got such a zone of genius, to have someone that can actually help just kind of guide it and direct it. Can you talk about what's happening up here in Bali? Because a lot of people in
So,
Bali are going to watch.
I mean, Bali, funny enough, like in December 2018, because now we're in 2020, so
wow,
weird,
right?
because I would have said last year. I got a lot of ads on Facebook for Unsettled and all these retreats and co-living things. And I saw that, you know, this could be a good thing for the Thrive Exchange. So decided to create an exchange in Bali the next year in 6 months. And I've never been to Bali. But because, you know, Facebook is amazing, I put a post up. Basically, my friends connected me with people and venues to work with. So I was able to, in Geneva, connect with places like Akasha and Workshop, where we did our events at, and started the Thrive Exchange, which basically the idea was a retreat for creatives, where they could connect, collaborate, and create. Through that, you know, 12-day period, they're able to go to the events, which we will create the masterclass and the Thriving event. So I came and did that and realized that Bali is a good base, so I decided to move from Geneva to Bali. And the idea is to continue the retreats and the networking events and masterclasses, and most likely a creative co-working space.
Wow, I love it. What's the next event that's coming up for Thrive in Bali?
So we have a few weekly networking dining events, and then the main event is in March on the 18th and 19th.
And where is that being held this year?
That'll be at Born Bright again.
At Born Bright.
Yeah.
Wow, we love
Amazing
them.
venue.
They're amazing venue. We love Tammy and her family.
Yeah.
Like
Awesome people.
Awesome people. And we'll make sure here that everyone gets to see a bit about Born Bright because they're so great. And they're actually catering one of my upcoming events as well.
Ah,
So
yeah,
it's a big,
you got the right people.
yeah, right? Well, I absolutely love it. And you know, where if anyone were to really look into how do they find more details about Thrive in not just Bali, but all over? Do you have a special Facebook group or a place where they can find you?
So basically, at Keep Thriving on Instagram or Facebook. We have a few new websites coming up that are targeted just to the exchange. So that'll be thriveexchange.com. But all the information will be on the website. So keepthriving.com.
Keepthriving.com. I love it.
Always
Ethan.
have to keep thriving.
Yeah, you always got to keep thriving. I love it. Wow, how incredible is that? Like, can you think about if you are a creative or a brand that needs connection? Ethan is the kind of people that we call a sexy brand, right? Thrive, things that are helping the community and the world. There's a lot going on in this world right now, guys. And if we can find more people that are willing to give up their time, their energy, and connect you with those, the world would be a better place. And for me, that's what I call a sexy brand. Make sure you guys connect with Thrive anywhere in the world. We'll make sure that you know where the next Thrive can be. And remember, if you're going to create a brand, create a sexy brand. And if you're going to be anything, be unstoppable. We'll see you all at the next show. Cheers, everyone.